One term that I've been seeing picking up a lot in the industry is this idea of an agent harness. I'm curious, what does an agent harness mean to you, and what needs to be true about an agent harness in order for it to be effective and productionized?
I think harness is a really great word, by the way, as an aside, because it captures both the idea that you are harnessing the agent in the sense of controlling it and putting some level of rails around it, but also harnessing in the other sense of like really concentrating the agent's capabilities in the direction that you actually care about. And I think that is the core of what makes a great agent harness. How do you both point the agent very specifically at the most important problem, the problem you want it to solve, and then also put governance and rails around it so that it doesn't go too far off script as it, attempts to solve that problem. So when I think about what makes a great agent harness, I think the most important point is to make sure that the agent understands clearly what the goal is. I think a lot of people make a lot of mistakes when building these agent harnesses where they try and be overly specific and overly precise about exactly how the agent should go about solving the problem. And I think, honestly, this problem was made worse by a lot of AI startups that tried to, frankly, gaslight their customers into thinking that the way to build in the AI world is to build these like workflows where it was like step one and then step two and then step three, and everything was a glorified if this, then that statement. And that's like exactly the wrong thing to do. It's always been the wrong thing to do. An agent is fundamentally an intelligence, right? And the beauty of intelligence is that it can be creative and it can be thoughtful about how to achieve its goal. And so the important part is forget the if this, then that workflow. Focus on the real question, which is how do you provide the agent clarity on what its goal is and provide it sufficient tools such that it can accomplish that goal, and only put rails and constraints around it to the extent that those are necessary to avoid it doing damage, and to start taking actions that you actively would not want it to do. And that is really the core of what makes a great harness: is a clear goal, a clear outcome, the sufficient set of tools to achieve the outcome, and the right limited set of constraints to avoid it doing damage. And that's really all there is to it.